Alright, let's dive into how the value of Sidra coin is determined, because right now, as things stand, the value is technically zero. Yes, zero. But that's only the current state, not the final one. What really matters is how we calculate the future value and what systems are in place to create something meaningful out of a coin that, today, has no financial backing. So, how does it work? The first thing to understand is that Sidra coin isn't based on hype or speculative market trading. Instead, it's grounded in a unique value model that rewards genuine effort and participation from users around the world. Every user action, specifically mining and validating blocks, contributes directly to the coin's ecosystem. Now, when a user clicks the Mine button, they're not solving complicated algorithms like traditional cryptocurrency miners. Instead, they're validating the current block in a decentralized manner. It's simple and takes just a few seconds. But it's still considered an effort, and it's rewarded accordingly. Every time this mining process happens, the system generates 2 Sidra coins for that user. This is a symbolic representation of the user's time and energy, essentially turning time into digital currency. If you go to the community page on our platform, you'll see people all across the globe participating daily. It's not limited to one region or one demographic. People from every corner of the world are contributing and receiving coins for their involvement. But now comes the question, how do we turn that participation into monetary value? This is where a global framework comes in. We use a metric called the Global Country Wages Index. This index is published annually by the United Nations and gives a broad overview of average income levels across different countries. The data is extensive and includes estimated monthly incomes based on national statistics and labor trends. For instance, in some countries like Nigeria, the average monthly income may be around $400, while in Indonesia, it might hover around $340. So, what we do is calculate the total amount of Sidra coins distributed globally. Once users complete their KYC, Know Your Customer, verification process, we'll be able to match coins to specific countries based on user location. From there, we calculate a global average income ratio. We then divide this ratio by the total distributed coin supply to arrive at a coin value that's tied directly to real-world income metrics. In other words, the value of Sidra coin isn't made up, it's derived from actual data that reflects economic conditions around the world. Now, one of the major goals of this system is to ensure that the value remains stable. Unlike other cryptocurrencies that swing wildly in price due to market speculation, Sidra coin is designed to be consistent. The more people mine every day, the more stable the network becomes. The more stable the network, the clearer and more reliable the value of the coin. As more data comes in and more people participate, we can categorize users based on the economic context of their home country. This helps us better understand how the system functions across both high-income and low-income regions. In general, users in lower-income regions are more likely to engage frequently, as even a modest reward can hold significant local value. Every time a user validates a block, which, again, takes around 10 seconds, they receive 2 coins. But here's an important detail, for every 10 Sidra coins generated, only 2 go to the user. The remaining 8 are reserved for the platform's main faucet. These reserved coins help sustain the ecosystem, fund development, and potentially act as a buffer to keep the coin stable as the project scales. This 8-to-2 ratio is important because it allows us to plan for the future. Those 8 coins aren't just sitting in a wallet. They're actively used to reinforce the strength of the network, encourage adoption in other regions, and manage the entry of new users, especially those from wealthier countries who may want to purchase tokens. This helps prevent the coin from becoming volatile and ensures that early contributors are not disadvantaged as the ecosystem expands. We are also working to ensure that Sidra coin doesn't become a floating asset. A floating coin fluctuates based on external factors and market demand, often becoming unreliable. Instead, we aim to create a coin that behaves more like a stable asset. While it might not be pegged directly to a dollar, euro, or yen, its value will reflect a consistent economic principle. The beauty of this system is that it respects and recognizes global diversity in earning potential. By incorporating real economic data into our algorithm, we make the coin fair and equitable. Everyone's effort has a value, and that value is determined based on where you are in the world, not based on speculation or hype. The ultimate goal here is long-term sustainability. As we move forward, incentives may be reduced or phased out, but the foundation we're building now, through distributed efforts and stable valuation, will ensure that Sidra coin continues to hold its ground in a crowded digital landscape. So, to wrap it all up, Sidra coin starts at zero value, but every effort by our users adds to its worth. Through a carefully designed algorithm that integrates the Global Country Wages Index, your contributions are translated into real, data-backed value. The process is democratic, inclusive, and grounded in transparency. And as the ecosystem grows, we move closer to creating a stable, widely accepted digital asset that respects the time and effort of every individual who helped build it. That's how value is created. Not through noise, but through genuine global participation. Whether you're mining today from Indonesia, Nigeria, or anywhere else in the world, you're not just earning coins, you're helping define their future worth. And that is the real power behind Sidra coin.